One of our physios, our team member Tulsi, who had gone to Delhi to be with Rishabh throughout the journey, and even to Mumbai.
When we came to know he had an accident, our head of sports science basically told us, Nitin Bhai, told us just we need to go take care of the initial stage of rehab. The first thing I could notice he's having severe pain was the ward boy. He was trying to push the stretcher towards the room, and it slightly hit the pathway. That time he screamed with so much pain. He was it was just a simple jerk. He felt so painful. He cried immediately. So then I realized, something is actually big has happened. That mental strength, that confidence in him also made us to give our 100% in doing the rehab part for him. Doctors were of the opinion he might take up to 2 years. He was declared fit to fly by Dr. Dinsha. Once we came to NCA, it was like a progressive phase for him.
Came to NCA once he was able to walk and everything. When he came to it, that's where I had again met him in person, and I literally had tears in my eyes because it was like seeing my boy get up and come back out of nowhere. The foundational work started with him, which is I think was done by Rajni, again one of my colleagues at NCA. He did the foundational work with him along with Tulsi.
I started seeing him I would say from the mid to end stage of rehabilitation, where our objective was to ensure that he tries to come back to sports as quicker as possible. But the other issue which we had in mind was to ensure that with the kind of injury he had got, we had to ensure that he doesn't get it back again. The chances of relapse are minimized as much as possible. One thing is, we know the muscles, joints, ligaments, bones, whatever it is, we have to load it. To make that stronger, we have to load it. But in his case, we had to be very, very precise with how much loading, because the moment you load a little bit more, his joint used to flare up. So we were very careful. And then because the ankle was also involved, knee was also involved, and they both were on the same side. And these are highly correlated. If you have a deficit in the ranges at the ankle, it's going to affect up the chain as well.
Firstly, rehab is very irritating, I would say. Worst thing about rehab is that you have to do the same thing again and again, but at the same time you have to do it because you don't have any other choice. It's boring. You have to do the same stuff, you have to see the same people, but you have to do it end of the day. But the more boring you do, the more better you get.
The physios have done a fantastic job in achieving those and pushing those ranges to the maximum. And our job as a strength and conditioning coach, of course, like I said, the beginning phase was to get the foundational strength in him, making his body to understand what the movements are like, because like you said, it's a completely reconstructed thing, and once it's been reconstructed, it takes a lot of mind and body connection. The neural system has to understand that what does it need to do. The muscles have to function, the tendons have to function. One more thing with Rishabh is he has a background of gymnastics, so that was another thing which I thought was a very, very big added asset for us, because obviously there's few things which comes naturally to him. Anytime he would feel that I can't move, and he could tumble or he could roll over to get back on his feet again. So that is so much of an added advantage for him.
It was morning rehab, then followed it up by SNCs, recovery in the pool, recovery by other modalities like taking massage, game ready, all those kind of things. And other thing which I would like to mention here is his nutrition, for which if there is any person who needs to be commended is Rishabh himself. I mean, if you look at overall things, when we started the rehab and where he is right now. So this guy has done a lot of hard work when it comes to ticking those boxes in every facets. So whether it is about nutrition, it is about his own recovery, his sleeping patterns, he checked all the boxes of recovery in a very fantastic manner, which made our job very easy.
For the last few 1.5, 2 months that I've been, my emphasis has always been working specific to the needs of cricket, specific movements, developing strength in those ranges of movements which are needed in cricket. So whether it's like a forward lunge or a back foot shot, or catching a ball leaning sideways, or running ahead and stopping and catching a ball, or a quick acceleration to a 5 meter or 7 meters, or running between the wickets, all our emphasis of training was to develop these characteristics of the game. And then eventually we got to right, he's responding well, the body is accepting it, he's moving well, the timings have got better. If you look back on where we started and where we are now, I think there's a huge leap in those timings, and that's that gives us a very good indication. And on top of that, what I would like to add is the self-confidence itself. When someone feels confident about something, oh yeah, this one I can do it. That I feel is the biggest asset and the biggest success of rehabilitation that anyone can think about.
People around in NCA, they were very welcoming.